Pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Off the mirrors appear clear, running from ear to ear. Craving and raving the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom, boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. And man, I tell you what, this is one of the funnest times of the year after March Madness, simply because you've got NBA playoffs, the first round, which is kind of crazy, and then you've got NHL playoffs. So it's just been insane, the games. And then, of course, what happened between the Lakers and the Grizzlies last night, which, you know, I think the NBA needs to go ahead and find those guys, simply because, look, if you lose, you lose. It was like Cam Newton that time. Dude, the whole thing is, win or lose, you got to get in front of the press. It's irrelevant. You ran your mouth, and you didn't work, and you should have won the game, but you didn't. Lakers held on, won the game. You're down 3-1 to the Lakers, and now you go back home. So, you know, I mean, Dylan Brooks didn't do it, and Ja Morant didn't do it. I'm like, dude, first of all, Ja, when you're trying to represent teams or represent products like Powerade or whatever and Nike, you have to get in front of the podium. Part of you being the person that you are, part of you getting this money off the field or off the court, whatever, off the field of play, let's call it that. You have to show up and take your medicine. You have to answer the tough questions. You know, I don't think anybody who's competitive wants to get up in front of the media and talk about what just happened. You think Steph Curry wanted to get up there and talk about when he lost, when he called timeout when there was none? You think Chris Webber, I mean, you can go down the list. You think Patrick Mahomes, when he lost to Joe Burrow because he played terrible, his only terrible half in football ever in the playoffs, do you think he wanted to get up there and talk about it? Think Joe Burrow wanted to get up there and talk about it? You think Jalen Hurts wanted to get up there and talk about losing the Super Bowl after outplaying Patrick Mahomes for the most part, except for the second half? I mean, that's a part of it. It's a part of being an adult. It's a part of you making the money. It's a part of you being the face of the franchise. You have to answer the tough questions. So you got to step up and be a man and do it. But once again, you're showing who you are and what's going on, which I don't understand. Dude, you should have this figured out by now. And you can't blame it on, they can't blame it on, he's young. No, you understand your responsibilities. When you get $180 million or $190 million or $200 million extension or whatever it is, part of that comes with you stepping up in front of the podium and answering the tough questions. When you play like crap, which you didn't, you have a messed up hand, which you do, your team lost, which they shouldn't have, but it is what it is. So you have to step up. You got a guy talking about LeBron being old. He goes for 20 and 22. I don't understand. The NBA needs to step up and say, stop. They need to stop this mess. Look, when you lose, the NFL did the same thing. When Cam Newton didn't show up. No. When you lose, you will step in front of the podium. You will answer the questions. You will get up there. Now, we're just saying, guys, that we don't have to watch Cam and his scarves. Because to me, that's just, I mean, this fashion stuff is ridiculous. You are not a fashion guru. You are not starting something because you're Cam Newton. You're the face of an NFL billion-dollar franchise, and you don't wear a scarf as a man. You step up there, you be professional because you're representing that owner, you're representing that team, you're representing the fans, you're representing that city. So you need to step up and act like it and dress appropriately based on that, like, oh, I'm arrogant. You know, what I've always said is to those guys, those arrogant players, when they don't need you no more, you out. You can act like you cocky, you can act like whatever and act a fool all you want, do all that stuff nonsense. But when it comes down to it, when they get a chance to get rid of you, they're going to get rid of you. instead of keeping you around because you are the good person that they need. You are the representative. You are the face. You have all these things going. You're going to make all this extra money. Well, when you act a fool and you cocky and look at me and I'm this and I'm that, and you get all big headed and cocky, guess what? Boom, you're out the door. That's how that works. For all of us, for I don't care who you are, that's how it works. You have to step up. You have to be a representative of the thing. So, that being said, hey, if you want to answer any questions or ask me any questions or come on and do that, you can do that uh, by getting on our Skype. Dude, I really have to go in there and get this stuff done because this is driving me nuts today with our Skype and not being able to find the stuff that we need to find. But anyway, if you got a question or you have a comment, please text 405 or Skype us at 405 551 8300. That's 405 551 8300. If you have any questions, please go ahead and do that. And we'd love to answer. I'd love to answer them. Or if my guy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com or Ben Dillman are on, we'd love to answer any questions that you might have. Plus, put your name so we'll know that it is you who's doing the calling when we can do that. So now today we're supposed to be coming to you from it is Tuesday. So Tuesdays, that we're normally at George's Happy Hog, and we normally would be there. But, excuse me, it is raining and it's wet outside, so I do not take my equipment out in the rain. You can go to George's now. Of course, I already went by there earlier at 11, picked up my watermelon sweet tea, picked up my hot links and my greens and my mac and cheese because Tuesday, Fridays are mac and cheese. Got that from them. So you can contact them at 405-525-8111 for catering and events or just a call to get a phone in order to pick up. They're open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7, and of course they are closed on Sundays. It's George's Happy Hog, and everybody who's been by there, who I've recommended come by there, have just loved it. And they keep coming back. It's really, really good, and it's one of the hidden gems as far as barbecue places in Oklahoma City. So please, by all means, go by there and check them out, and you'll be able to love what I love. And you know me, if there's good food to be found, I tend to know where it's at. And then also, of course, make sure you go by 74. And I think we're going to try to do a remote there, if not next week, the following week from 74 when it warms up a little bit, because I really love their patio. The way that patio is set up there at 74, which is on 74th and Classen and Wilshire Point. So the new restaurant by Bo Stevenson, Hunan, and Ross Crane. So anyway, it's a fantastic place, great food, great layout, really comfortable, really easy. So anyway, that's available too. And then remember, tomorrow night, we will be doing our After the Storm OKC Thunder post-game or post-season live stream that we will discuss the Thunder, what they did, what they should do, here are their draft picks, and we're going to talk a little bit about it today like we did yesterday, kind of give you an overview of what's going to happen, but it's going to be more of a detailed analysis of the team, of their grades, why I gave them their grades, what they need to improve on, the Thunder draft picks, what's coming up, who do we need to get, here are the players available. So we're going to do all of that tomorrow night at Rococo's for their Rococo Hot Chicken Nashville style. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Rococo. So by all means, hey, come on by. And plus they're going to have I think they have somebody singing. I don't know who it is. I need to ask Bruce who it is. And then tomorrow we'll let you know who they got there. But now let's get to some NBA action because it was fast and furious last night in NBA. Here are the scores. The Bucks got beat by Jimmy Butler. Let's say they got beat by Jimmy Butler. That's what happened. Jimmy Butler was absolutely ridiculously fantastic last night, and I saw this stat that Jimmy averaged 23 points a game this year during the season, and he's averaging 37 in the playoffs. Now, unlike Paul George, who calls himself Playoff P, he's really Playoff Jimmy. That's Playoff Jimmy. Playoff P is not Playoff P. Playoff Jimmy is Playoff Jimmy. I mean, 14-point difference between your season and your playoff average this year. It's just insane. But let's face it, I saw something that's the greatest performance that they've ever seen in the playoffs. Mine is still Magic Johnson when it's for it all for a championship. I mean, yeah, that it's a great playoff performance he did in a game that yeah didn't mean something. Yeah, it meant they go up 3-1 in the first round. Ooh, Magic's won. Magic 6 game performance won the playoffs. It's like Michael Jordan going 63 against arguably one of the greatest teams in the history of the NBA. Now, granted, he did it against the Bucks, who are one of the best teams defensively this year. But of all time, no. I mean, Jordan did it against the team that year had the best. Still, I think they still have the best home record in the history of the NBA. Probably, if anybody, Golden State probably tied them, or them and the Chicago Bulls tied them with the best overall record for home games, wins and losses that year. I think they had one home loss, and Jordan just lit them up. And we're talking about Hall of Famers he lit up. Now on the against the Milwaukee Bucks, we ain't talking about no Hall of Famers except Giannis. Brook Lopez is not going to be a Hall of Famer. Drew Holiday is not going to be a Hall of Famer. Middleton for sure is not going to be a Hall of Famer. So you got one Hall of Famer that he lit up, whereas Jordan lit up. What did they have? Larry Bird Hall of Fame, McHale Hall of Fame, Robert Parrish Hall of Fame, Bill Walton Hall of Fame. So that's 4 guys right there off the top of my head that he nailed that were Hall of Famers. So yeah, but needless to say that he had a great, great, great performance. But in the NBA, I don't care who you are on defense. I don't care how great you are. If one of these guys gets going, there's no stopping them. You can't. There's nothing you can do. I don't care how great a defensive player you are. If one of the guys in the NBA gets going, that's Steph Curry. That's anybody. That's Jimmy Butler. He's knocking down threes, and Jimmy Butler can't shoot threes. But once a guy like that gets going, it's over. There's nothing you can do. I don't care how great the defense is. I don't care how many players you throw at him. I don't care about any of that. Now, I don't agree with Coach Budenholzer how he did not try to double team him and take the ball out of his hands late. But, of course, they pride themselves on being the number one defense. I get all that, but now you're down 3-1 because of your pride. Get that out of the way. So, interested to see what's going to happen in Game 5. They're back at Milwaukee down 3-1. Grizzlies and the Lakers. I don't know if you saw that game last night, but great game by the Lakers. LeBron, 20 points, 22 boards. Anthony Davis slowed with the injury. Shocking. He got hurt again. I mean, but Anthony Davis is due. He's got to step up. They've got to win Game 5 because if they're down, they're up 3-2, having to come back to LA and win a game. And let's face it, Memphis should have, probably all intents and purposes, should have won last night. But LeBron took over, and I saw this stat where at the end of game winning field goals in the last second of the playoffs or whatever. He's 12-7. Nobody else is 45%. I'm like, okay, what is the game? Which games are we talking about? Are we talking about just a regular playoff game, or are we talking about finals? Because if we're talking about finals, then I'm listening to that. But LeBron, when he was in the East, he went to the final. He went to a playoff game every year. So I'm like, y'all give me all that stat. I don't want to hear all that nonsense. Give me stats that matters. What about in the championship series, in the finals? What has he done there? If that record is that in the finals, then yeah, I'm impressed. But if that's just him getting to the playoffs, he's playing against weak teams and scoring, okay, great. He ain't playing against nobody. So I don't go by all the stats. Like what I said, my deal is eye test. I don't go by stats because you can skew the stats any way you want to make them look any way that you want them to look. So I'm really not a fan. I don't go by all that nonsense. Get at the people who aren't informed and who don't know what the hell they're talking about, please. Let me see what. Oh. Drew, I'm trying to get Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks on. He's trying to tell me to send the Zoom somewhere else, so you guys are going to have to bear with me a second while I try to send him the Zoom to where he needs the Zoom to be sent. But anyway, that's kind of my feeling on the deal. And then tonight's games, you can see the Hawks and the Celtics. What does this mean for the Hawks? It means a lot for the Hawks simply because the Hawks got to win this game. I mean, they've got to win this game simply because they're in a world of hurt. I mean, they absolutely are in a world of hurt because of the simple fact that they're down 3-1. Then Jelante Murray, of course, I don't know. I still don't know what the hell he was doing bumping into a referee. I don't. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You know you're gonna get suspended. You've already spent. How much money did he spend? $20,000, I think, last year, losing uh, by throwing the ball at the feet of a referee last year. So I'm not sure what he was playing, what he was trying to do, what he was wanting to do out of that. But anyway, so now he's suspended for tonight's game. So I don't understand what the hell he was doing. I don't understand what he was thinking doing that. Outlook.com. Sorry guys. Trying to send Drew this. I hope I did it right. I'm not really paying attention. I'm trying to do that and send this too. So we'll see. Hopefully he got that because he can't open his email on the other side. So, but anyway, I just can't believe he did that. You got the T Wolves and the Nuggets. The T Wolves are down 3-1. I think they're going to get closed out. They're going to get closed out tonight. I think it's going to be over with for them. I don't think they've got a prayer trying to beat them tonight. I think they're going to just close them out. I think Anthony Edwards and what they did the other day was everything. So Clippers and the Suns tonight, Game 5. I think that the Suns are going to close them out with Drew. Turn down whatever that is. Thank you. Clippers and Suns tonight. I think the Clippers are done. I don't think the Suns are going to be able to. I think the Suns are going to close them out, especially with Kawhi not being able to play again, third game in a row that he's not been able to play. So I don't know what they're going to be able to do, if anything, against the Clippers. I mean the Suns tonight. So I think the Suns will Clippers. I don't think Russell Westbrook is going to be able to do what he's been doing all year. So what's up, Drew? What's going on, man?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. It's whatever all that noise is in the background too.
Man, that's the noise of a working man.
No, that's my voice. I can hear in the background. Nothing, dude. Just trying to break down what's going on today in the NBA, the games tonight, what happened last night.
Hey, what happened last night is the Lakers, baby. The Lakers.
Yeah, I talked about that, how disappointed I was that the NBA has not done anything for the Memphis Grizzlies, for them not to I mean, Dylan Brooks and Jai not showing up. I mean, dude, you lost. Take your medicine, man.
Yeah, they've gotten real fortunate. As a Laker fan, I mean, injuries are all part of it. You know, if you look back in past playoff history and all that, it's all about staying healthy. But I think the Lakers are pretty fortunate that Steven Adams and the other forward for the Grizzlies aren't playing because they might be in trouble.
Well, that's facts, but De'Aaron Fox, he fractured the tip of his shooting finger.
Yeah, Golden State lucks out again.
Yeah, they did, but on top of that, like I told him, he ain't Kobe. I mean, you break a finger, you break your middle finger on your shooting hand, and still average 30 for the year with a broken finger.
Kobe tape it up, go out there and play. He was just built different.
Yeah,
we can't compare people to Kobe because there's really no comparisons.
No, there's not. And that's why we were talking to the guy the other day. He's like, it's just sad that people don't realize how good Kobe and Michael is. Kobe and Michael, then LeBron. LeBron has got his stuff because of longevity, but nobody fears LeBron. LeBron has the ability to do things. He's just built different. He's more magic than he is Michael Kobe.
Yeah, he's not as dynamic, but I tell you what, he played pretty good last night.
Down the stretch.
I mean, he had a couple bad moments there in the third quarter, but where he kind of disappeared and almost let the game get away from him. It wasn't for D'Angelo Russell. Lakers were done last night. Russell doesn't hit three straight threes. They were cooked.
Yeah, but Drew, other than that, Russell played like trash, as he always has.
He did. I agree. I'm just saying that if he doesn't hit those 3 threes, they were in trouble.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree 100% with that. I mean, I just think they're down. What they were down 8 and went up 3 possessions.
Yep. Yep.
And
that's a fun game to watch. You know, LeBron just took over where he shouldn't have waited. You know, 4 quarters start playing like that, but he started. You know, instead of shooting fadeaway threes and step back jumpers, just take the ball to the hole. Well, Grizzlies have nobody that can guard LeBron James.
The Lakers are like 18th or 19th in first quarter scoring and first and fourth.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then AD just pulled another disappearing act.
Yeah, he got hurt again.
Yeah, again. And that harkens back to it. How you explained it. You know, they aren't Michael and Kobe. I mean, you go into the backstop, you sit there and whine about it for 2 quarters.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp was like, he saw him at the game. He was like, hey, bro, we need you for 5 minutes. So you need it for at least 5 minutes, at least 5. At least 5, so.
Yeah, well, you know, I tell you, I like their chances. I like their chances to finish off Memphis in 6. I don't think they win game 5 because it's a quick turnaround. It's 48 hours and they won't play well. LeBron will mail it in game 5, and then I look for him to close them out game 6 on Saturday night.
Well, Drew, I think that they're
in LA.
I think they're in trouble if they don't close them out.
You think they're in trouble if they don't close them out?
If they don't close them out in Memphis, I think if Anthony Davis doesn't show up to play, I think you've got to close them out while you've got them on the ropes.
I agree with you that I think they need to, but I don't think they will. It's just not a good spot for the Lakers. I mean,
but Drew, don't they have to turn around and play 48 minutes? They got to play 48 hours later anyway.
No, I get it, but that's just not their strong suit. I mean,
so you're saying
they're going to get on plane today. They're going to go ahead.
So what you're saying is the 48 hours going on the road versus 48 hours at home are 2 different things.
Well, but they didn't play 48 hours at home. Well, yeah. I'm saying yes, that is a different thing. It's basically one day you're going to have as a travel day.
Right, that's it. So they turn around, they travel tomorrow.
If you're at home, you're laying in bed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna turn around after the game tomorrow, and then turn around and have to play on Friday in LA. So that's what I'm saying. Is that the difference? Is that what you're saying? Can you hear me? I lost you. I lost Drew. Anyway, I guess what he's saying is the 48-hour turnaround from them to go to L.A. to Memphis is different than the 48-hour turnaround that's going to be going from Memphis back to L.A. To me, it's the same thing. I don't see any difference. You're playing every other day, no matter what. I just think that with the Nuggets getting ready to close out the T-Wolves, I don't think you can take off any more time to do that. So
sorry about that, buddy. I don't know what happened. I think I lost you.
Yeah, you did. I was saying I just don't see any difference between that and.
Well, what I'm saying is if the 48-hour turnaround time to go to Memphis is so basically, I say they got home last night at 2:00 in the morning. Then they loaded up. They fly to Memphis today, and then they got basically
tomorrow.
They're playing the next day.
You're right.
So if they're in LA. Then they're coming home, they're laying in bed, they're getting their recovery time, they're sleeping in their own beds, and then they're going to practice, and then they go home, sleep in their own bed again, and then they're playing. So I do think there's a pretty big difference.
Okay, but then on Friday, they have to get on a plane and come back from Memphis and fly back to L.A. and play.
Now, they don't play Friday night, though, do they? They play Saturday.
I thought they played Friday.
You might be right. I thought it was Saturday.
Because if they play Saturday instead of Friday, they have 48-hour difference. Then you turn around and you play Monday. So I think they'd play Wednesday, Friday, Sunday versus Wednesday, Saturday, Monday.
You're right. It is Friday. Yeah, so they're gonna have to. Yeah, so they play 2 games in 4 days.
Yes,
so
that's why I said I don't. That's why they got
your assumption that they might be in trouble if they don't win.
Right, because you turn around on top of that. But on top of that, Drew, The winner of this plays who? Goes the Golden State Kings
The winner of
game
the Warriors, the winners of the Warriors
and Kings
and
and the
the Kings,
Kings.
which hopefully goes 7.
Right, and then you've got the Clippers and the Nuggets up top. They're both up 3-1, so both of them looking to close those games out tonight so that they can get that rest.
Yeah, Suns and the Nuggets will be, but you got to figure Suns and Nuggets go 7, don't you?
Yeah, you would figure. But that's what I'm saying. With the Lakers, you want to win because that gives you extra rest because the Kings and the Kings are 2-2. So you know they got at least 2 more games. So that gives you a couple days rest.
Yeah, and then you got to figure you got to hope that you see kind of rooting for the Kings, you know?
Right.
I would say. I mean, I think it's a better matchup for the Lakers.
I don't think the Lakers match up with Golden State well at all.
No, I don't either. Not at the guards. They don't. The Golden State will just eat us up.
Yeah,
on the guard play.
With the lack of defense that the Lakers, they play, but they just can't keep up with that. I mean, Austin Reeves and
although I'd much rather play a team. I'd much rather play Sacramento with lack of experience that they have in the playoffs against LeBron. And I just think if you get down to that, then you're looking at who does the NBA really want in the Western Conference Finals, Sacramento or LA?
Well, they'd rather have Golden State and LA. Golden State or the Lakers is what they'd rather have.
Oh yeah.
And they'd rather have Kevin Durant.
Semifinal.
They want Kevin. They want the Suns. They don't want the Nuggets. They want the Suns.
No, they want the Suns and the Lakers.
They want the Suns and the Lakers. That would be their dream deal. Or either the Suns and the Suns and the Warriors because KD versus his old team. So, but I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Now, NBA news. I was sitting there looking. I was like, man, it's just kind of scary. When I was looking at the NBA news today, Drew, I'm like, God damn, man. Where's my NBA news? DeJounte Murray's, he's suspended, as I talked about a little earlier. What the hell was he thinking, Drew, bumping into the referee?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, that's just being dumb. There's no excuse for that. You can't go bump a referee. What do you get? I didn't see his
one game suspension.
What did he get suspended for?
Game 5.
How many?
Game 5.
One game?
He's suspended for tonight's game.
But you're lucky it wasn't more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, he got suspended.
Really?
He got a cost $20,000 last year for throwing the ball at a referee's foot when he was with the Suns. With the Spurs.
He might need to get enrolled in some anger management.
Well, you can be mad as you want to. Why are you yelling? Why are you messing with the referee?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just lack of discipline. There's a lot of words for it.
Well, if he does it again, they're gonna slap him because this is without pay, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And in the playoffs,
you've already. But it's probably more. It's probably more than $20,000 a game.
Well, it's this would be what the whatever playoff money is. He's missing playoff money. That's what he's missing.
Yeah, that's when you're talking about good money.
Yeah, that's the extra cash. That's throwaway money. That's when your wife.
That's your walking around money.
Yeah, that's when your wife or girlfriend. She's like, "What the hell did you just do? I was getting ready to buy that new Louis bag."
Yeah, I just went shopping.
What's wrong with you? Okay, then Phil Jackson, man. I don't understand him.
You see that,
dude? What are you talking?
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Well, he went off on a tangent, didn't he? That's just a guy that has 10 rings that doesn't care.
Yeah, but my deal is, Drew, if he'd have said that, I guarantee you Michael Jordan ain't playing for him. Kobe for sure ain't playing for him. Agreed?
Oh, no.
For sure.
No way. And in the political environment that exists in this day and age and what was wrapped around the bubble, no pun intended, what all went into that just to get players back out on the floor, and the type of racial inanity that was going
ugly
on
back
at that
then.
time.
It was ugly.
Oh man,
it was ugly.
And if he'd have came out and said that then, jeez.
But Drew, the whole point was
He would have been ostracized.
like I was telling this lady here in Oklahoma City about that. She was mad. She's an Oklahoma City fan. She was feeling the same way Phil felt. And I looked at her, I was like, okay, man. I told her, I said, listen, this is about a white cop putting his neck on a black man, killing him in front of everybody.
100%.
In front of everybody.
100%.
So I said, that's all it was about. I said, that Black Lives Matter, I get all that, but that wasn't really. And those girls, and by the way, Black Lives Matter, all the women, they're getting their due for the crap that they pull. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I was like,
No, I agree. And like I said, it's awful convenient. Awful convenient that he can come out now and say that 3 years after the fact, but he wasn't anywhere to be found 3 years ago.
Right, and then on top of that,
I guess that's my issue. If you felt that way, you should have had the sack to come out and say it then.
Yep.
And go to battle for whatever your beliefs are and explain what you said instead of 8-ball pocketing it and showing up at the end of the game and criticizing the NBA for just trying to get some games in. You know,
in the bubble.
I don't know, and maybe it was kind of a dig at Jeannie Buss too because the Lakers won it that year.
Yep.
I don't know.
Hey, but he was just at a Laker game, Drew. Did he not watch the game?
I know.
Did he not watch the game?
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought you didn't watch the NBA.
I laughed at that. I said, bro, you were just you went to a game and you didn't watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bro. Yeah, sure. Okay.
That really hasn't caught a hold. I'm really surprised that hasn't caught more steam than it has. You know what I mean? I know that it has, but
I'm
really surprised.
It's only been by the people of color who said something to Stephen A's, the Jalen Roses.
Right.
Colin Cowherd he ain't gonna say nothing about that.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I was just happy to be able to watch sports.
I was too.
You know, and I understood the plight and what happened in Minneapolis was disgusting.
Ridiculous.
So I mean, yeah, it's just. I don't know. It's so off base for him and off color for him to say that. It's just I don't understand why he would take now and why you'd even say that. I guess he needs to lay off the weed or something. I don't know.
Or the psychedelics.
Yeah. I mean, were you tripping?
Yeah.
I mean, what happened?
Hey, but you know what? Listen, all the money that he made coaching, he's on his ranch in Montana. Come on, Drew.
Yep.
You know, he don't care about anything. He's just running his mouth. So.
He doesn't. That's what I said. I mean, he doesn't care.
Yeah, but anyway, so talk about the Thunder, dude. How about the draft picks, Drew? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, they got a bunch coming, don't they?
Yeah, we have 15 in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know if I sent you that clip where it was. I can't remember which podcast it was, but they were talking about just the Thunder's nucleus they have with SGA and Giddey
and J-Dub.
The part.
J-Dub.
Yeah, and then with Chet coming off the bench. Next year, not coming off the bench, but being able to play next year, and then all the pieces that they could work a trade with or draft, and man, they got a chance if it's handled correctly, which I don't think it will be, and I don't think you think it will be either. But we can talk about it.
I don't think it will be either.
What's that?
I don't think it will be.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that it is handled correctly, and I hope that they go about it the right way and put the right pieces around these guys, and I hope that Pressey makes the right decisions because they got a chance to be really good for the next 10, 12 years.
Well, Drew, this is my thing, and I think the Thunder are firmly aware of this. You've got SGA for 2 more years. Okay?
Yep.
That's all you got. Because remember, this is the first year of his extension.
Do you think he leaves after 2 years?
So 2 more years. You got this draft pick. You got this draft, and you got 4 next year, Drew.
Uh-huh. And to me, Matt, you gotta put him firmly in the middle of who he wants around him.
Yep.
Right?
Because I tell you what,
listen to him.
If you draft more Chets and James and Poku's, he's out. He's out. He gone. Because he goes, y'all ain't gonna win nothing there. He's gone. You gotta give him somebody athletic like the J-Dub, J Wills. That's what he wants. Give me somebody who's athletic who can play. I don't want to see Lindy Waters on the court. I don't want to see all them. I don't want to see none of that. We're trying to win.
I agree.
So
you got to go out. You got to go out and get some athletes, some dudes.
Okay, but Drew, look at this.
Some dudes with some upside, that are going to play, and a couple shooters.
Ready to go. A shooter, the wing defender. Yep. We were 20. Drew. We were 29.
We're 29.
And what's crazy is you shouldn't be 29 because you got two guys that can penetrate and dish.
Well, no, I'm talking about the defense. I'm talking about defense and scoring. I'm talking about defense. You were 29.
Okay, I thought you said 3-point shooting. Sorry about
that.
No.
Oh well, no. Okay.
What were they in 3-point shooting in the NBA this year?
Hold on, I'll tell you that in just a second. Okay, the Thunder were 3-point shooting. We were 18th. And we were 15th in defense. But in fourth quarter scoring,
18, and they should be higher than 18th. Honestly,
yep.
I mean, they're shooting wide open shots.
Right, and in defense, we were 29th in giving up defensive rebounds.
Yeah.
There's 30 teams.
They just don't have any size on the block.
Offense, we were 29th and giving up offensive rebounds. So
which I think my boy Jay will help with that next year.
He would have made a difference, but he didn't play him.
I know it. Why are you going to draft a guy like that if you don't play him?
Drew, this was my thing with the Thunder when he was talking out of the side of his mouth. When he said, well, we're not interested in doing the play-in. We're going for next year. And I'm like, okay, then if you're building for next year and Chet is your guy, why wouldn't you play Jay Will as much as you possibly can so that when Chet comes back, he's ready?
Yep.
But instead, you're playing Sarge and JRE, and I'm like, that you're making no sense. You're talking out of the side of your mouth. You can't tell me you're getting these guys ready for next year, and then you don't play your biggest piece that you got. Who led the NBA in charges? So anyway, it's ridiculous. So, but anyway, let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and do
back to what you said. I mean, again, 15 picks over the next 5 years. You got a chance to be good for the next 10, 12 years.
Okay, Drew, look at this. We have ours this year. Next year in 2024, we have our own plus the Clippers, plus Houston, plus Utah.
Yeah.
Then the next year we have our own plus the Heats, plus Phillies.
Right, and eventually, Matt, you're going to have to. They're going to have to work a trade and get a baller in here.
You got to get a couple. You got to get a couple players. The whole thing is the things we're missing are simple, Drew. We need a shooter. We need some wing defenders so we can improve our defense, and we need somebody who can protect the rebound.
Yep.
That's what the Thunder needs.
They're going to wait. They're going to wait and see what Chet does. But I don't think Chet can protect the board. I don't think he can protect the rim.
No.
He ain't big enough.
My deal is this. This is what I think deep down inside. If you knew Chet was who you thought he was, why did you sacrifice this year? If he's really the guy, why are you sacrificing this year to get another pick at the bite of the apple if he's the guy?
Yep.
I think deep down inside they know he ain't the dude. That's what I think.
Or they know he's not the dude. Or they know he's not the dude they thought he was.
That's
he's
correct.
A different dude.
That's correct. That's what I'm saying.
He's an outside guy. He ain't a banger.
He ain't gonna get in there and do what they want, what they need to do, what they need now. And so
I think I still think he can be a good NBA player. But he ain't what they thought he was when they drafted him.
Nope. And he went. When someone told me that the Thunder were going to take Chet number 1 overall if we had the number 1 pick, and I was like, over Banchero?
Yeah.
And they said,
yeah. Dude?
I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You really liked him a lot. Okay. I'm just going, wow. Okay, we'll take our break right here and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic, for anything that they can do. If you need offense, if you need some computer soul, if you need software written, they are the people to talk to about that. SRB and my guy Mark Long for the engineering, surveying, and planning. He is the dude. And then, of course, I'm wearing my Oak Grove trucking hat. and Jose supporting our boy
I'll tell
Jose
you,
Fiel.
you had it on. You had it on the other night. You
Yep.
had it on the other night with
Yep.
Polio.
Well, it was his birthday. It's his birthday week, Drew. So I'm trying to celebrate our boy.
I didn't get it. I wish I could have been here. I was in
You
Mexico.
didn't want to be here, Drew. It was bad.
You didn't want to be here, Drew. It was bad.
It was bad, bro. Drew, you didn't want any part of it, okay?
You didn't want any part of it, okay?
You know, it's like being in our boy Gary. It's like being with our boy Gary Jones, okay?
Our boy Gary Jones.
Yeah, I've seen that movie before.
Yeah, you don't want to look at it. Now you did miss our golf tournament, but we'll talk about that later. NAFCO with our boy Greg and Max Nafy. Hopefully Greg is going to be okay in Naples. And then last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank. They make things happen.
Yes, they do. They are they are our favorite because they support us to do minority, women, and black-owned business remote live streams. If you want to pre-qualify online, you can do that at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or go to the main bank. By the way, Drew will be there Monday and Tuesday.
I was just in the main bank yesterday. You guys. Folks, get in there and see them. There's some good people down there. Go see the Horn Man. Go see Nathan Taylor or Carson.
Yep, we're going to be there. That's at 401 AM downtown.
I set an appointment to see the commander.
Yep, that's good luck on that. But next week we're going to be there Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to be there. We're doing shows Monday and Tuesday, both there from YNB there in Yukon.
All right.
Next week, so that's where we're going to be. We're supposed to be there tomorrow. A Thursday. But we're going to do it then instead. So.
I like it.
So, in our NFL news, Drew. Aaron Rodgers' trade is finally complete.
Derrick Henry getting traded to the Dallas Cowboys yet?
No. Would you rather him or Bijan Robinson?
I'd rather have Derrick Henry.
So I'd rather have Bijan because he's younger.
Boy. Yeah, he is younger, but
and he can catch the ball.
Running back life is, yeah. Derrick Henry's a monster, though. You put him behind Dallas' offensive line.
Yeah, but Drew, on top of that, then you got to pay him. You ain't got enough money. Who you gonna get rid of?
You do have to pay him a lot.
Yeah, who you gonna get rid of?
I don't think they're gonna draft Dijon. I don't think Dijon's gonna be there at 26.
No, he won't. He will not be there. Aaron Rodgers' trade finally completed. The Packers get the 13th pick, the 5th overall pick, the 42nd pick, and the 207th pick, plus a conditional second-round pick next year. But if Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps, it changes to first. So they're going to get a first. Don't you think he's going to play 65% of the snaps?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to play 65% of the snaps. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah. Okay, so then there are my top 10 quarterbacks now that he's there. I've got Mahomes 1, Burrow 2, Josh Allen 3, Justin Herbert 4, Trevor Lawrence 5, Aaron Rodgers 6, Russell Wilson 7, Deshaun Watson 8, Tua 9, and Jimmy Garoppolo 10.
Well, I think you got Aaron Rodgers too low. I wouldn't have him behind Trevor Lawrence.
You'd have him in front of Trevor?
Yeah, I would.
I don't know. Remember, he doesn't like playing with young guys, so I don't know how that's. I mean, you know.
I'm gonna have to see that. I'm gonna have to see what these teams do when teams are actually set and we see who's around them. But before I can tell you who my top 10 quarterbacks are, but I think I'll have Rodgers up there a little higher, but we'll see.
Well, the question is,
so
I did the Trevor Lawrence maybe, but I'm not putting him in front of the Herbert or Josh Allen or Burrow or Mahomes. Are you?
No, I wouldn't either.
Not in front of them. So I give you Trevor Lawrence.
No. Right now, maybe right now we'll see what he does. I mean, you know, if Trevor could come back next year and be stronger and meaner than ever. I mean, he had a pretty good year this year and ended it pretty good. So if he can build on that, then I think he can put himself in that kind of position. But boy, Rodgers is deadly when he wants to be.
Yeah, he is, and he's loaded. He's loaded. You got running back, you got everybody else out there, so you can do some stuff. Let's talk about you, Drew. You got the Clippers tonight plus 12 and a half. Isn't that a lot?
12 and a half. Isn't that a lot?
God, it just seems like way too many. I realize they're missing some players, but they've kept most of these games pretty close.
That's because Russell's
they've been
going
pretty
off.
competitive games. I don't think they're going to win by any means, but man, I think they can keep it under 13.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think Russell can continue doing what he's doing. I mean, he's been on fire. Then you got the Hawks.
He is, but I think he'll play well again tonight. I do. I don't know. It just seems like way too many points.
I agree. That's a lot of points. Hawks, Celtics under 230 and a half.
Yeah, and that spread's 13 too, and that one scared me. To me, I would take 13 in the Hawks tonight too. I might sprinkle a little bit on the Hawks plus the 13. Again, these games have been pretty competitive, but the games in Boston, Game 1 was a blowout, but Game 2 was pretty close. And then obviously the last two games have been highly competitive in Atlanta. So I don't know. It depends on what Atlanta team shows up.
Yeah, but remember, they're not going to have Murray.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then, they don't have Murray, but that again would play into my under. But I think they'll put the clamps on Trae Young tonight. So I won't play too much on the Hawks, but I like the under in that game.
Yep. The T-Wolves and the Nuggets.
Yeah, I like the over there. Coming off short rest. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of defense being played. Short rest with an overtime game.
And it's at the Mile High.
I think that game gets high. Yeah, I think that game gets high scoring pretty quick.
Yeah, because I think the Nuggets are going to do everything they do to close them out. They want to be done.
Yep.
Yeah, they want the rest. And then, of course, in baseball, hell, you had the same thing you had yesterday. What did you go, 5-2 yesterday?
Yeah, just go back to the well on this, Your Yankees cost me being perfect in Major League Baseball yesterday.
Well, they don't like you a whole lot because you're a Braves fan.
But they got the Twinkies again tonight. Yankees a money line at plus 112, so they're another underdog. I don't look for them to lose 2 in a row to the Twinkies.
No, I agree with that. I just kind of laugh. Your Braves minus 1.5, 232.
Yeah, the Braves came out last night mad as hell after getting swept by the Astros at home. They lost. They gave away all 3 of those games against the Astros at home in late innings. And I think they got the message. They hit 6 home runs last night and threw a 1-hitter. So I think they might just crush the Marlins again. Plus they own the Marlins. So
it's so funny. Speaking, we were talking about the Hawks. I was googling Atlanta. The Hawks didn't even come up. I was like, the Falcons came up. That's sad right there.
What did you say?
I said I googled Atlanta. I was trying to get the stuff on Javante. And the Hawks didn't even come up, Drew.
Wow.
That's what I said.
It's baseball town.
I said, wow. I mean, they don't even pop up. Then, of course, you got the Rays, money line 180.
Rays are 13-0 at home.
Yeah, they have to lose sometime.
And I think they caught the Astros at a good time coming off a sweep of Atlanta. They blew all their pitching. They went into their bullpen every game against the Braves, and their pitching was depleted. Now they have to go play a team that's undefeated at home, and the Rays are just stroking the ball.
Yep. Your Rockies and the Guardians under 8.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the Rockies. I know what the reason is, but they just don't play well on the road, and they don't score very many runs on the road. And Guardians got pretty good pitching. That's a big ballpark. So I look for that to be a low-scoring game.
By the way, bro, your mom had to tell me that you were on the roof yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday?
Yeah, we were looking. I said, where's Drew? I've been waiting for my boy. Your mom sent me a text like, he's on my roof. I was like, okay, well, he's not coming on.
I ran the gamut yesterday. I was on about 8 rows in about a 3-block area all day yesterday.
Yeah, that went through UConn was no joke, was it?
I couldn't walk today. I'm out of practice.
Well, normally
I
you
look
have,
like Matt Clark. I look like Matt Clark after a day on the golf course with all my ice packs on me
yeah,
last night.
my knee, I was jacked up, man. But hey, I tell you what, Drew, we represented you well, though.
We represent well, though.
Well, you know, if Becker would have showed up, I can't believe he no-showed you guys. You guys would have won.
Yeah. Well, our problem is we started off on the wrong hole, Drew. Is what happened. We started off on 8, and we birdied that hole. Then we came back and we parred 9 because it's a par 3, and then par 10, and we didn't get on the green on either one of those. And then on the other par 3, on the back side, I hit a 25-foot putt to birdie that hole.
Nice.
So it was.
Dryden almost made a hole in one.
Yeah, dude, he. On 6 there, the lower, it's the elevated tee box. So he hit it there, and we couldn't see it. So me and McBride were like, okay, well we're gonna drive down there, and literally drew 18 inches. It had to go by the hole. It went past the hole.
It had to go by the hole.
It had to go by the hole. Yeah, it had to do that, no doubt. And so Mike and I went both and go, hey man, go up there and putt that. We're not getting out of the cart for that. Go ahead and putt it in. We're not getting out of the cart for that, bro. Go ahead and putt that. I mean, you know what I'm saying, Drew? Why are we getting out of me?
Yeah, there's no reason, and he was putting twice anyway.
Yeah, so then your boy McBride. Oh my God, he has this beautiful drive on, what is that? 10, 11, 12, 13, that dog leg right. Hits it within 30 yards right in front of the green. And we chip it up there. Dryden trips it up there within 4 feet. Takes him 3 putts to knock it in.
That's what I heard.
To McBride, we're like, bro, knock the putt in, man. What are you doing? And Dryden are both sitting we're both sitting in the cart. We're like, dude, knock the putt in. What are you doing?
Yeah, he had 3 shots at it.
Yeah, well, he had one more coming because it's 4. But yeah, we're like, bro, come on, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's funny. But the funniest part was on 18. Dryden's drive went so far left, it ended up on the putting green. Okay, right there by the golf cart. And he's like, he goes, you think you let me hit it off the putting green? They were like, yeah, no, bro.
No.
Yeah, no, bro. You're not going to hit it off on the putting green. But only Dryden would ask. Am I wrong, Drew?
Yeah.
Only he would ask.
Only Dryden would, and then he would have done it too.
Yeah, he would.
Gotta play it where it lies.
Oh man, that's funny. He cracks me up, man. He cracks me up. But anyway, it was a good time. We had a great time. And but we were missed about one. If we were just that 4.
I'm not saying if either Becker or I takes that 4th spot, we win.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom line is that 18 we got a bad draw on that one. We got a bad line. And then the par 3s we just and on what was it, number 2? We didn't land on the green on that one either.
Isn't it amazing how those things are the easy shots you think are gonna be easy shots and end up being the holes that you just put a snowman on?
Unbelievable. And, because we eagled every par 5 and eagled a par 4. How about Dryden on 15, Drew? Driver wedge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hits the ball a long way.
Dude, he hit it long, and then, of course, McBride finds it. And then we take our club length because we're right there almost out of bounds. And literally there's a straight shot between 2 trees. I mean, it just got lucky there. You know what I mean? Just lucky. Lucky. But yeah, dude. So driver wedge to 15 feet, eagle putt, right to left, or left to right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane, dude. It was good times. It was good times. So then next year we'll come back and do it again. It'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
I'll try not to be in Mexico next year. I'll try not to get hijacked in Mexico.
Yeah, hijacked. That's the key.
It's a story for another day, but it was just good Lord. Getting out of that airport, it was just mass chaos.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. With the weather too.
Yep. With weather, and then you had to go through customs twice, and they got visas all messed up down there now. They're not stamping passports. They're supposed to carry some little piece of paper, and it was just chaos.
No Mexico. Go somewhere else. That's what I said. But y'all
Mexico,
were
go
in
somewhere
Cabo,
else.
weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were in Cabo, weren't you?
No, we were in Cancun.
Oh, then that's why you should have went to Cabo.
Well, then that's
a lot
why I
easier.
should went to Cabo.
Yeah, that's where McBride is right now.
Oh yeah,
Cabo.
yeah. Well, without Addie.
Well, without Addie.
Yeah,
How do you
dangerous.
tell? Yes, he was. She's not happy.
How does that happen?
She's not happy. Well,
Yeah.
he said
She
she had to have surgery.
can't be happy, Addie.
No. She tore her AC. She had to have surgery. She tore her ACL.
What do you think she's more mad about, tearing her ACL or McBride going to Mexico by himself?
Definitely McBride going to Mexico. For sure. Without question. Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, you think Tricia would let me go to Mexico by
No,
myself?
no way. With another couple, hey, unless it's her sister and J-Dub, no way. No way.
Mm-hmm.
No way. But
Right.
I mean, let's face it. What wife is going to let her husband go to Mexico without her or girlfriend?
Well, you just blew by the key word, wife.
Yeah, wife. Well, no, girlfriend. Girlfriend. Same thing. Well, I mean, I'm talking girlfriend, not somebody that you're Benny friends. Not a Benny friend, but a girlfriend. Because a Benny friend, we don't care.
Benny friend, we don't care.
And we don't want to talk about it. Let's change the
Yeah,
subject.
I mean, McBride needs to take a journal down there with. He'd probably be able to write a book.
Hey, there's not going to be any record of anything going on.
Right. No journal.
Oh my God, something is really
That's a
wrong
good
with
point.
you. Something's really wrong with you, Drew. Anyway, in the Big 12 standings, oh man, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add Ben.
Yeah, he said he was coming on high
Well,
state carry.
well, he's on
he
the.
needs to come on and talk about my Hurricanes.
Your Canes are getting lucky there, aren't they?
No, I'm here.
Oh, there you are, man. What you been doing hiding out, man? You can't talk?
I did. You guys are talking. You guys are echoing pretty bad.
That's Drew's phone,
Can't tell.
man. That's Drew's phone.
Is it still echoing? Is it still echoing?
Yes.
No, you're good. I said hello, then I didn't hear anything, so
We couldn't hear you.
out over here.
I mean, I'm turned all the way down.
Now it's
Oh,
not.
you're
Now
good.
it's good. Now.
I was just letting you know. Yeah, I just couldn't hear anything. I said hello, but I couldn't hear back, so I was letting y'all go.
Be a little more forceful in that.
Oh, is that what
I
we
was
got to
letting y'all
do?
go.
Is that what we got to do?
Cause I'm so loud, Ben. I'm deaf in my right ear, so I couldn't tell you if I was echoing or talking
No,
straight.
you're all good.
Hey, Ben, we all heard about him, what he was saying about McBride and wives versus girlfriends. Everybody heard that.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about any of that, so I stayed out of that one. I kept my hands clean.
Good.
My name's Paul, and that's between y'all.
Yeah, hey,
I kept my hands clean in that conversation.
Would Kylie let you go to Mexico without her?
No.
Wait a minute, aren't you going to think about it a minute? You didn't even think about it. No.
Don't need to.
Oh, man, that is too hilarious. That's hilarious.
I wouldn't even make it to Will Rogers.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Something is wrong with you two
Take it
guys.
would be denied. I wouldn't know it would be
Oh, my
happening.
God.
Did I tell you guys that the Hurricanes are looking like NHL champs?
No, we ain't talking about. We're talking about the scores, Drew. Let's talk about the scores, then we'll get to the other stuff. So right now, the Devils and the Rangers. The Rangers series tied 2-2. Talk about it, Ben.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now that they're looking this way, I mean, I really did not see them to win that game last night. They got their new goalie in Shadid and net for them. He's been impressive as hell. And all the top boys, all the guys that they traded for, the Rangers, Kane, Tarasenko, even Zibanejad. Zibanejad looks invisible out there. He doesn't even look like he belongs. He's one of their best players. He's the dude with the big mustache, big long hair. Usually a great player. He's been, honestly invisible. But all these guys, their power play went silent. Pretty much the Devils are looking to go back home, and now they got the upper hand right here. So it's looking bad for the Rangers.
Yeah, it does. And then, of course, the Leafs took care of business, up 3-1 over the Bolts in OT.
Man, that was wild. The Lightning obviously at home last. Yeah, the Lightning were at home last night. They had a 2-0 lead, in the first coming out. They looked absolutely dominant. I thought it was just going to be an easy, just go ahead. There you go. Tie it up. And then, a couple big hits and a couple of scraps. And then here comes a third, and here comes the Leafs coming back, and they win it at OT. But, I do hate that the Leafs are up 3-1. They haven't won a round in, I think, 18 years. I don't even think they've won out of the first round.
Man, then the G Knights taking care of business over the Jets.
Yeah, it was a good night. Good win for the Knights there. Taking complete control of the series after this, I would say, going up 3-1. I think the next game will be back in Vegas, so I look for them to just continue to carry on. Good depth scoring for the Knights last night. It wasn't their big guys doing all the heavy pulling last night, so that was good to see. But the Jets, I do see them missing a piece or two to keep up. But the Knights, I think, have this one in the bag going back home.
Yeah, the Kraken, huge win over the Avalanche last night to tie the series 2-2.
Massive, and it was a great game for Georgiev in net for the Avalanche. I think he had a little over 40 saves. He might have just had right at 40, something like that. But I was shocked to see how dominant the Kraken were. From puck drop, they were all over it. They were up 2-0 in the first, I believe, at the end of the first 20 minutes, and then through the Avs, they doubled them in shots too. The Kraken did, which you don't see that very often with that high power offense for the Avalanche. No. But ended up going into overtime. That one just went in. The Kraken just dominated in overtime. It's another good win.
Yep, and then of course, speaking of Drew's Canes, they've got the Islanders tonight at home.
Yeah, I think Carolina's going to win. They're going back home in front. They have a crazy home ice advantage. They usually average about 20,000, right around that, if not a little bit under.
Yeah,
they'll be selling out.
Don't they wear Don't they wear Duke blue instead of Carolina blue? Don't they wear Duke blue?
No, they wear red, just solid red. But they wear those. They're off jerseys from the Whalers. They're green and blue, but it's a Duke blue.
Yeah, it's a Duke blue. I wanted to throw that in there
on their original jerseys.
Yeah, because Drew is supporting them, so now he's supporting Duke on the down low. That's why I was trying to throw that in there.
I'll probably be hitting the
Settle down.
He called me on that, Ben. I tried to slide that in there. That did not work.
I tried
to slide that right on in there. My Stars are playing the Wild tonight at home. Dude, we got to have this one.
Yep, and Ottinger, I saw that he was just in net. I just double-checked. So he will be in net again tonight, so you need that. And then I can see this series maybe going 7. Yeah, this is a must-win here.
Yeah, Stars got to win
really
at home.
Take this one at home. Yeah, this is a great series. If you can get it, if you can watch it, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I'll be watching it. You got to protect home ice, bro. You got to protect home ice. Got to.
Yep. If the Wild can't stay out of the box, then the Stars are going to win.
Yep. The Kings Oilers last game, 8:30 tonight.
Yep. Oilers with a massive 3-goal comeback a couple nights ago in LA. So this might be one of the swing game of the series. If the Oilers can get this win at home, they're going to be going back and forth one by one here. So the Kings dropped the ball the other night. So it's, this is for anybody. This is up for anybody at this point. I really thought the Kings were going to take control and go 3-1, and the Oilers had that huge comeback, and there it went.
Yeah.
But a couple of these teams are going to end up, same with your NBA teams, they're going to end up getting them extra day of rest here and there because
they're finishing off
the
teams.
Bruins.
Well, yeah.
The Lakers ain't getting no rest.
Yeah. Well, some of them play in the same arenas and stuff. So, the Bruins and the Celtics, Celtics played home tonight, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, so the Bruins were supposed to play tonight at home, but because both the teams
are playing
already, so the Bruins actually have an extra day off, which usually never happens.
I missed you on the first because you got my Carolinas minus 160 tonight. I sure like that a lot. Go ahead and close them out.
Yeah, I'm taking them on the puck line, the money line, and I'm taking them at regulation. I'm going to take them all three. I think they're going to close it out.
Yeah,
there, Drew. Carolina.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna take them just on all three. I'm gonna put just one unit on each one, and it'll be better odds each time. But
you
They could easily be my new favorite team.
Oh, we don't believe that.
They're solid. They're missing their top 3 forwards all playoffs, and they've still been performing like this. They look really good.
But how good are the Islanders? Are they any good? Because they're the 8th seed.
The Hurricanes.
If you don't believe, I didn't even realize when I chose the Hurricanes that they were the number 1 seed.
Oh yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
the Islanders, the only chance that they have right now is their goaltender. He's probably top 4 or 5 in the world, but their power play has been shit. It's been under about 12%.
Yeah,
So they haven't been. I think
you believe that?
they're just not going to turn
know
on.
that the Hurricanes were? Do you believe I didn't know the Hurricanes were the number 1 seed?
No, we knew you did. We knew that.
I
We
figured
knew
you
that.
knew
Yeah,
that.
we knew that. Yeah, you're not sliding in us. You ain't sliding nothing in on us, Drew. Well, because right now the Canes have a 3-1 lead. Your Bruins have a 3-1 lead. So that extra day is rest
I
is
see
good.
a matchup coming.
Yeah, that's a good red. That was a good deal for them. Then you got the Rangers and the Devils tied 2-2, which is huge. And the Leafs should take care of the Bolts tomorrow, but finish that off. Then you've got West, the Wild and Stars 2-2, the Oilers Kings 2-2, the Kraken Avalanche 2-2. It seems like the G-Knights are the only one taking business in the West, Ben.
Yep, I think the Jets they had a couple injuries here in the playoffs, and I think that kind of took them out of it. And the G Knights big boys came back. They had some guys that probably make around 8-9 million, which is higher echelon than the NHL. Yeah, for very high for the NHL. So they had a couple of those guys come back right for the playoffs, and they're looking primed right now. Their goaltending's getting figured out. So all these other teams better buckle in.
Yeah, because I'm just.
How funny is the G Knights entrance into the game? Have anybody seen that? I was going to send that to you the other night, Ben. Their pregame rituals that they do.
Oh, they're insane. They're hilarious.
It's like something out of where's that restaurant where you go and you fight and ride the horses and
medieval times.
Medieval times, yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks just like it. It's the same exact thing. I've been to a couple games there now, and they do the whole sword fight before the game, and they always take them down. They come flying in from wherever, and there's drum lines with neon lights all over them and stuff.
Well, it's Vegas.
It's crazy.
It's Vegas.
You got the gladiator helmet comes down from the ceiling.
Yeah, and they all skate through it. Oh, that's awesome.
But it's Vegas. It's Vegas. What do you expect? It's supposed to be a show.
Vegas.
They do it right, and the Vegas flu is a real thing. Maybe not in the playoffs as much, but like in the regular season, the Vegas flu, when teams fly in there, they tend up not to play the best.
We understand, don't we?
Yeah, we all do.
We've all been there, so we know exactly how everything works. So I'm just this is one of my favorite times of the year.
I just supposedly went to Vegas. We don't know for sure.
Oh.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
No record of that trip.
There's no record.
Nope.
Hey, you didn't keep it. So if there's no journal, there's no proof.
Exactly.
Are you listening, McBride?
I don't have a ticket stub or anything like that. So.
Are you listening, McBride? Do not listen to Drew and do not do a journal. Do not do a journal, bro.
Ears closed.
Ears closed. Everything's closed. So, but it's more about. I love this time of year though, man, because you got the draft coming up Thursday, which we haven't even talked about, which we will do tomorrow. We'll talk about the NFL draft that's coming up, and we'll all put down kind of our top 10 who we think is going to be drafted tomorrow. Who's going to be drafted on Thursday?
Now, Ben, did you hear Matt earlier? His top quarterback. Are you putting Trevor Lawrence in front of Aaron Rodgers?
Not a chance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ben. What do you have? So what you're saying is the rest of it is okay. So Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Herbert are okay. That's the top 4.
I don't know about Herbert either.
If we're going off skill right now,
we're talking about right now. We're going to discuss this again later, but I'm talking about right now based on last year.
Rodgers is 4. Rodgers is 4. If not, like if we're going off skill, he might even pass up one of those other guys, but it's damn close.
Okay, what I'm saying is we're going off what happened last year as of now. Okay.
Yeah, but he's on. Okay, so if we're going,
right now.
Okay, let's put it out this way. If you had one game to win, and you're in the playoffs in the NFC Championship game or AFC Championship game, do you want Aaron Rodgers or Josh Allen?
Man, Josh Allen. Because Aaron Rodgers is a choker. Aaron Rodgers is a choker.
I'm going Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is a choker. Playoffs in the big moments he chokes.
So is Josh Allen.
Okay, remember he went to 3 straight NFC Championship games at home and choked in all 3 of them. So yeah, I'm gonna take Josh Allen.
All right.
You talking about one game now?
I think I'm with Rodgers in front of Allen and Probably
Herbert?
Burrow, but not Mahomes.
You're gonna put? Oh man, I'm not putting him in front of Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Joe Burrow now because I think his skill set is developed. I think I take him over right now over Aaron Rodgers, but I wouldn't put Aaron Rodgers behind Herbert or Allen.
Okay, so what y'all saying is,
Trevor Lawrence.
so what you're saying is, y'all have got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree to put Aaron at 3, but I like him at 2. But I'll put him at. I'll agree to put him at 3.
Okay, so Josh Allen at 4, Justin Herbert at 5, Trevor Lawrence at 6, Russell Wilson at 7. Are y'all okay with that?
Maybe Russell Wilson may be a little high.
You got Deshaun Watson at 8, Tua at 9, Jimmy Garoppolo at 10.
I might take.
Boy, you got Garoppolo in front of Prescott?
Prescott's in the NFC.
Yeah, these are AFC.
This is AFC.
Oh, just AFC. Okay.
God,
okay.
Ben, what's he doing? It's AFC, bro.
Hey, man, I just got back from Mexico.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I would have Jalen Hurts up in here if this was the NFC. I tell you what we're doing. No, I'll tell you what. Tomorrow.
Hey, speaking of Jalen Hurts, did you hear what Prescott said about his contract? When he was talking about old boy from Baltimore, and they said, "Well, what do you think about his contract?" He goes, "Well, it should be higher than Hurts."
Wow. That's what Dak said. Well, Dak, you know why? Because Dak trying to push the price up because they got to redo his contract in 2 years.
Yeah, just a little dig at the Eagles too, which is all
that
too.
Yeah, that gotta love it.
Well, they just offered him $200 million.
Yeah,
guaranteed. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not giving you. That's maximum I'm going. You got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to meet somewhere in the middle.
$200 million is
guaranteed.
Wealth.
Guaranteed.
Shoot.
Guaranteed. I mean, how much money are you looking for? You're not going to get Deshaun Watson money. That's okay. And the whole thing with to me, what Jackson doesn't understand is if you sit out a year, it's going to take you a year. That means you haven't played in 20-something games in over a year and a half.
It's going to take him at least half a season.
I hate to say that. You're absolutely right, Matt. Karma's going to bite his ass. He could lie to come out and get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead and just take the money.
Just take season,
yes.
Back to normal.
Dude, just go ahead and take. I mean, but you know what? That's what you get for not having the correct representation. That's what you get for being from, Alabama, where you're from some small town. Your parents don't have the education to deal with whatever. What it is, he's butthurt because he found out what they really feel about him. That's what it all comes down to. He butthurt. When you have an agent, you don't understand you don't hear what they really say about you. How they really feel.
Yeah, he's just mad.
He was mad.
He's got to take the personal stuff out of it and just look at the $200 million.
Yeah, take the $200 million and move on.
I've heard a big traction on Hopkins getting ready to move.
Yeah, well, I heard he was getting ready to go be a Jet, but the Jets don't have the money.
I've heard Bills.
Well,
Dallas.
Well, if he goes to the Bills don't have the money. Dallas has more of an opportunity than the Bills.
Yeah. And he's from Texas.
And he's from Texas.
On his Instagram and all that stuff, he played Buffalo Soldier.
Well, he did. He did something with Dallas before that, and he does. Yeah, that don't mean nothing. He did Dallas before that.
Yeah, he was down there training. He was down there training with Des Bryant.
Yeah, I mean I ain't going
about that. I don't know if those guys know anything, but Von Miller said that that I've heard him.
Von Miller also said that about his boy.
Yeah.
So to me, the problem is he's owed, what is it, $28 million? Something stupid. A stupid amount of money.
They end up covering some of that for some draft picks.
Yeah, you're gonna have. I mean, that's a lot of damn. He ain't even work close to that. He ain't even work close to that. I mean, and the whole thing is that to me, I don't know why. Like OBJ, why wouldn't you go to the Chiefs, get 8 to 10 million, improve your stock just like Juju Smith did? You know what I'm saying? Sign for 1 year, get 10 million, and then all of a sudden, boom. He may not trust it. He knows more than we do, doesn't he?
Because he's guaranteed what was it, 15 or 18? Was it 15?
Yeah, 18 max, 15 guaranteed.
Yeah, so that's 15. That might be his last. That's guaranteed.
And my thing with Lamar is, my deal is with Lamar, the boy gonna sign with you? You go party with him, celebrating, and then you still ain't signed. What's the deal?
Maybe him and his mom are arguing.
I'm sorry. Take the $200 million and move on down
Don't
the
argue
road.
with you. Don't argue with your mama.
Oh, well, that's a lost
Ever since
battle.
Easter, they've been upset with each other.
Well,
Especially not on Easter.
my deal
Yeah,
is this.
exactly. So now she's like, "You ain't signing nowhere."
My deal is this. Just go and take the money. The whole thing is with Lamar, he butthurt. He got to get, this is business. It's not personal. Like when you're talking about Derek Jeter with the Yankees.
Just take the $200 million and see how it feels.
Yeah. And what, like I told Ben, Drew, at that point, he was getting $133 million soon as he signed his damn name, Drew.
Yeah, that's what
the most.
You may never see him again. You give him $133 million.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Boom, nobody's ever got more than 109. He's getting 133.
He's gonna get $133 million and poof, like Casper.
Hey, gone. And it's so funny as I saw this stat. I think I told Ben this. Patrick Mahomes has only made $12 million off his contract.
Yeah.
I mean, since he's been there 6 years.
He got show up in a TikTok video in Jamaica.
Yeah, he'll be in all kinds of trouble. That's the wrong video to show up in because ain't nothing good happening in Jamaica. Wait a minute, nothing good. $133 million. Wait, nothing good that can be shown on social media or on out there in the world. Yeah, nothing good's happening there under that circumstance. Oh my God! All right, fellas, anything else y'all want to talk about while we got y'all?
Man, it's good to be back in the States. HuskerDrewPicks.com's on a little roll lately. Ben, you got a high stick Harry pick tonight? Who should
That's tomorrow.
What should everyone pick?
If I'm doing do it safely, I'm just gonna do the money line at -160. But if I'm betting all three, the puck line and the game in regulation, which I know both of those are both plus money.
What you're saying is you're rolling with my Hurricanes.
Yep, I'm gonna roll with the Canes.
All right.
Okay, I'm so tired of you two dudes. Y'all are freaking frack right now. I'm just done with both of y'all. I wish I could
be back. Shake and bake. Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
I'm done. Bye. That was my boy High Stick Harry and Drew Henthorne. I'm done with both of them. Hey, everybody have a fantastic.